Happy New Year. It is 2020. I'm answering a few questions in my festive gear, very serious questions, so I hope you don't mind. But this question, I approved it. I'm not going to say, well, I guess it's more common than not, but I think it's good for parents to and for educators to see, what kind of damage can be done to our kids over stupid stuff. All right, number one, with this entire scenario, he paid his money and he paid it to the special education teacher. All right, so the very special education teacher that then later denied him access to this activity that he had a right to participate in, and that she unilaterally and arbitrarily made a determination, and the excuse used, I don't know how justifiable it would be, to sit there and make an assumption. Even if he typically wouldn't like noisy places or crowded places, it is still making a leap to sit there and say, well, I'm going to prevent you beforehand. No, the child paid. And so therefore, let the child go. Just have mechanisms in place if it ends up being a situation to where, and trigger it then. You don't sit there and say, well, I'm denying you access because I think it's to this and that for you. No. And then the other thing is, yes, your child would be entitled to that $10 back. All right. I mean, that, out of uniform, in uniform, doesn't matter. That's like only participating in half of something, or only eating half of, or them, you ordering a Big Mac and they just gave you half of a Big Mac. And then we're like, well, you need to be happy with half your Big Mac. That's just not how it works. All right. The $10 was for the activity, and then those who participated or purchased access to the activity also had the ancillary benefit with that of not wearing the uniform. So, but once again, the reason that he could not participate wasn't his decision, and it wasn't your decision as a parent. It was a decision made by the very educator who took the money voluntarily. So yeah, I mean, wrong, every which way you can slice this one. All right. And it's just mean. It's just, mean. Think about what you're doing to kids, out there. Just how this stuff is being interpreted in their minds. It's just so preventable. This stuff is so preventable. You guys, my frustration comes from the fact that so many of my cases I chalk up as just stupid cases, stupid preventable cases, triggered by humans, adults with master's and doctorate degrees. It doesn't make any of these people perfect, all right? But at the same time, just the pure arrogance and the pure laziness, because that was lazy, because probably the true reason was probably, I don't want to go down there. I don't want to supervise him. I don't want to watch him. I don't want anybody complaining. I don't want this to happen. Just pure laziness. But preventable in the future. By now, you're going to have to go in there and just lock up your IEP and the requirements a little bit better, because you've been burned and the trust isn't there. But they should pay you your $10.